Hey guys, I was out here shooting and I got to thinking about one of the most common questions people have when they come in the shop, and that is, what sight should I buy? I always tell them it depends how good your eyes are, where you're hunting. Ideally, you have a few different sights. That's how I do. I have two different ones. If I'm shooting 3D and I want to be real precise, I have a sight. And if I'm hunting the rut in the Midwest, I have a sight. First, my sight, if I'm hunting the rut and I think I'm gonna have to make a quick shot or a buck's gonna be chasing a doe, going to Illinois, wherever, first you have to check, make sure this sight's legal in your state that you're going to. But in my opinion, I love the Garmin or a ranging sight. Burris makes one, but that is my favorite because there's no dialing, there's no ranging. In a couple seconds that you're taking to reach up and hit your rangefinder, a buck could be past you. So that is my pick. It is literally, you see a buck chasing a doe, you draw back, push the button, it ranges, puts the dot where it's at. They're a little complicated setup at 20 to get the range, but once they're done, they're done. Now, you cannot be super accurate with this sight, in my opinion, because especially right at dark and right at daylight, there's a little halo around it, so it looks a little bigger. But for hunting in the Midwest or even Louisiana, Arkansas, wherever, it is hard to beat this sight. Now, if I'm going to a 3D shoot with the buddies or shooting out in the yard, I have a sight I can slap on here. It's a single pin, and it is a single pin dial spot hog, and it is a .010. It is a fine little pin, and I can be really precise. That little pin, I can get it on target, I can squeeze it off, and I can probably, I'm gonna say at 60, it shrinks my groups a couple inches, maybe 3 inches, which is a lot, but that is my pick. If you want to go somewhere in the middle, you don't want to go with the auto ranging sight, but you don't want to have to dial if a deer's at 42 and pull it down. You can go what's called a 3-pin slider. Spot Hog makes one, HHA, several companies make them. So what that'll be, it'll have a 20, 30, and a 40. They can be vertical or horizontal, and or it could fall to be 20, 35, and 44, whatever it is, but it'll have 3 pointers and has 3 pins. So it takes a step out where you don't have to dial. You still have to range or know what your range is. If it's an oak tree and you know it's 25 yards to there, 44 to there, whatever. I want to get exact range. So if they walk in and they're at 40, you have a 40-yard pin, or it's at 42 and you draw back and shoot. Or to be really precise, if you have time and they come out, you can range them, say he's at 47. You can dial that pin, the top pin, middle pin, or third pin to 47, lock it in, draw back and shoot. So that's kind of the three. In my opinion, there's also 5 and 7 pins. I used to love a 7-pin sight, but I cannot do it anymore with my eyes. They kind of, you have to count down. If he's at 40, you have to count to the 4th pin. It just gets too cluttered. Some young guys, though, if you can get away with a 5-pin, to me, that's a really good option too. But a lot of us guys getting close to 40 or over, it's just not that great of an option. But that's just my opinion on it. I hope everybody's getting their reps in, shooting a little bit. Deer season will be here before we know it.